You sleep too much. Wake up. Is this going to be a regular thing, me having to wake you up? Yeah, well, come on, we have things to do. And by we, I mean you. I can't really do anything. This thing where you think you're dreaming, you're not. It's real. Wake up. Hi, nice to see your eyes open. Come on, rise and shine, we have a world to save. Sort of. I've been gathering information while you were asleep. I have a general idea of what's going on now. The same way you and I communicate. Magic is a thing, remember? There you go. Take a drink of water, maybe a bite of bread. Get all good to go. And then we can walk and talk, so to speak. You know, with you walking. Whatever. Come on, I'll bring you up to speed. Oh, before we really hit the road, you should probably get some practice in. Clog dancing. Geez, with me. Practice with me. I'm not just a chatty new friend, remember? I'm a weapon. And it'd be great if you learned how to use me. We'll get to that. Start by getting on your feet. There you go. Stretch. That's it. Awesome. Pick me up. Please. Have you ever used a bow before? That's better than nothing. Let's see. Do you see that tree over there? No, the further one. Good. Take aim at it. Oh, yeah, sorry. Since I'm a magic bow, you don't need arrows. They'll materialize when you draw back the string. Yeah, that's how it works. Unlimited as long as I still have energy. Just try it. Easiest way to show you. Okay, stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, facing... Yeah. Since you'll be aiming at that tree, you should face this way. Good. Okay. Hold me out so you're pointing me at the tree. Yep. Straight out with your arm. Right. Now, grasp the string with 3 fingers and draw it back to the anchor point. Nice and steady. Good. For now, this is fine, but after this, try not to hold the string back for too long. If your muscles shake, you'll lose your aim. Okay, be sure you're looking at the spot you want to hit. Keep both eyes open and steady on the target. Take a deep breath. When you're ready, release the string with all your fingers at the same time. Make it as smooth as possible. Don't move your hands at all, just release the fingers. You want to keep holding me in the same spot and keep your other hand at the anchor point even after you've released. Keep steady. Ready? Do it. There it is. Very good. How'd that feel? Yeah, that makes sense. I know it's weird without actual arrows, but you'll get used to it, I promise. Keep trying. Just be sure to keep your eyes on what you're aiming for. Well, I mean, in a situation where you can't always do that, or if you're in motion, you'll just have to do your best to aim the old-fashioned way. But over time, after we've done this a while and we build a better bond and I get a better feel for your style, it'll get easier. I promise. And different kinds of arrows will become possible too. Oh, you know, fire, ice, lightning, explosions, that kind of thing. I can do a nice variety of specialty arrows once you've built our bond nice and strong. We'll get to that when the time comes. Go on, keep practicing. No, I'm fine. My energy's good. I can do this all day. How about we talk while we work? Does that sound like a plan? I don't want to wait too much longer to get you up to speed. Let's just say we definitely have work to do. Okay, so... Nice. Obviously, this world has magic, which makes it different from what you're used to, but I don't want you to worry that there's a dragon around every corner or something. No. As universes go, this is fairly low magic. Most magic is done with magical items, like me. There's not a lot of word magic or gesture magic or other sorts of magic. Yeah, well, don't worry about those. Magic here is usually tied to something. like my crystal. The magic stays in the item and powers it, but it's limited by the item itself. Well, I mean, I can do a lot of things generally, but I can't make you fly or teleport you or anything. That's beyond my abilities. Okay, good. Still with me? That's a great question. And the answer is a little complicated. Before today, I would have said that I'm the only sentient magical item that exists, weapon or otherwise. Yeah, most magical items are just items. They don't have a personality. They don't have life, for lack of a better word. Well, yeah, that's part of why we needed to come back here. No, we'll get to that. Keep going. Okay, so I should probably tell you a bit about where we come from, and where you come from. Well, yeah, your family's from here at least. You obviously have never been. Let's say your family was very important in this world for a very long time. Not like a ruling family, more influential. Fingers in a lot of pies. Lots of power, lots of wealth. But mostly, that power and wealth was used for good things. Your family was instrumental in preventing the overthrow of a good king, for example. Yeah, generally good people, even with a bad apple or two in there. No, you're not. I wouldn't talk to you if you were bad or somehow unworthy. Nope. The family connection's important, but so is you being fundamentally good. I mean, think about it. Would it be smart for me to let you go around shooting magic arrows with me if you were up to bad things? Bingo. So yeah, your family has been a good influence. But there was some unpleasantness, let's say, a few generations ago. One of your ancestors was tricked into supporting someone he shouldn't have. Well, you know how it is. Those with giving hearts can sometimes be taken advantage of. And your ancestor thought this person was worth trusting. That did not work out. Well, the bad guy in question was trying to seize some power at the expense of one of the other races. Dwarves in this case. And when he was caught, he was duly punished. But your ancestor caught some of that punishment too. Of course, he felt terrible for having been duped. And he also somewhat stopped trusting himself to make the best decisions. I mean, if it happened once, it could happen again, right? So when the penalty was decided, your ancestor embraced it. Yep, exile to a non-magical world. Your world. They went, started a new life there, and pretended everything here was just a distant memory. That should be obvious. I came along because my ties to your family are stronger than my ties to this world. But because I was also seen as a potential problem, I was put into storage and kept there. Magical items don't really have a place in a non-magical world anyway. So I stayed in sort of a dreamlike state until your family moved on from the home they'd built there and stopped coming back at all. It was like I was in stasis. No connection, no energy, no life, really. Until you came back, that is, and you woke me right up. Thanks again for that, by the way. Well, I guess that remains to be seen. So, anyway, once you woke me up, I could feel my connection to this world getting stronger again, and I could feel that something had gone wrong in my absence. So I got your attention, and here we are. You don't really think that, right? You can't think I tricked you, not really. I needed you. And this place needs you. It needs us, honestly. You wouldn't turn your back on that, right? I know. I know your family and I know you a bit. I know you better every minute. You want to do good. You want to make sure things are fair and right and just. You've always had a drive for that, haven't you? Mm-hmm. You can't look away when someone needs help. You have to help them. And here, lots of people need help. And some non-people, too. You and I may be the only ones who can make a difference. So would you really be anywhere else right now? Besides, you can't fool me. I can feel your pulse. You're excited to be here. You're energized, like you haven't felt this alive in a long time. This is an adventure, and you are definitely on board for it. Oh yes, you are. I'm in your head, remember? Your head, your heart, your family history. I'm there. So let's get ready to do some good. Don't stop practicing. Okay, yeah, I'm getting to that. So the thing we need to deal with here, I'm not sure who it is. Let me just get that out there now. I don't know the identity of the person. I just know it's someone with power. They have a lot of knowledge and a lot of access to magical resources. They seem to be making a move for control. A little bit here, a little bit there, carving out chunks of various kingdoms, gathering up land and supporters through a variety of means. They're taking their time, but they're building up strength, making opponents disappear, using strong-arm tactics or blackmail or anything else they can to manipulate people into subservience. And all signs point to the ultimate goal of being the most powerful person in this universe. Yeah, there's a hum in the air. A particular magical flavor. It comes from magical items being used, like a residual current. It carries a lot of information on it, including some of the intentions behind the magic that's being done, and this is some pretty dark stuff. Like outright evil, for lack of a better word. People are being hurt and killed. Innocent people. Yeah, but that's not really the shocking part. Okay, well, remember how I thought I was the only sentient magical item that exists? Turns out I was wrong about that. There's another one. The person we're going to be standing up to is using it, and it's strong. Yeah, strong and smart and sentient. Definitely a weapon. Not necessarily a bow like me, but a weapon. We're gonna have our hands full. And by we, I mean you. That is also a good question. Of course, there's a reason why I'm sentient, and I suppose the other weapon has a similar reason. Okay, well, the thing is, I wasn't always a bow. I was human once upon a time. Seriously. And I worked with magic. I made items, actually. It was a long, complicated process, but I was pretty good at harnessing magical energy and tethering it to various things. That's the funny thing. I didn't really have any magic of my own, believe it or not. I was just really good at working with it. So one day, one of your ancestors came to me asking for a special weapon. Of course I took on the job. I mean, who wouldn't? It was a challenge, and your family was known to do good, so I supported them totally. Which is probably one reason why I ended up doing what I did. Well, I put everything I had into making this bow. Literally. I spent days, weeks, months. I barely slept or ate. I was obsessive, honestly. Which in retrospect probably wasn't good. But at the time, I was so determined. I was going to make something that had never been made before. Something really powerful. Yeah, so I got almost done with it, and the magic started to get a little out of control. I was using too much, pushing it too hard. I was way past my limits. I knew that if I didn't get a handle on it, bad stuff could happen. Anything from a small explosion to a very, very big one. And I was living in town at the time with people everywhere. I couldn't risk hurting anyone, so I did the one thing I could think of. I put what was left of myself into the bow. Well, this way I can keep it under control. I'm one with it now, and that means it's safe, and also very, very powerful. Well, my consciousness seems to live on for as long as the magic lasts. But the rest of me? No, long gone. I won't have a human body ever again. But you know what? That's okay. Your ancestor came back for the bow and found me, and I spoke to him like I talk to you now. We made a decision to go forward together and keep working for good. I tied myself to your line, and the rest is history. Like I said, I'm powerful, but I can't do everything. I'm still just a bow. The one who really matters here is you. I figure the other weapon had something similar happen, which is one reason why I'm concerned. Your family worked hard to keep my sentience a secret, for good reason. No sense in letting people know such a thing was even possible. But now, either someone has learned about me, or they figured it out for themselves. Either way, the same thing has occurred, and now there's another weapon out there that can think. And it's not thinking about anything good. I mean, would you believe me if I said everything was safe? You'd know that wasn't true. You can tell this is going to be dangerous. Like, seriously dangerous. I won't lie to you about that. There's no point. Okay, you have every right to be annoyed with me for bringing you here. But remember, I can feel your spirit. You're going to do this. You know you can't let someone hurt innocent people. You can feel some of the power now, the magic, the connection, the strength you get from being here. It's a good thing, yes? It feels right. Okay then, this place hasn't been your home, but it could have been. Maybe it should have been. And now you're here and it needs you. So what do you say? Want to help me make a difference? Especially since I can do literally none of this alone? Good. Okay then, take a few more shots and we'll start making plans for next steps. I think we should start by finding a decent-sized town and learning more about what's happening around here. Don't worry, I'll help you blend. You don't want to stand out, believe me. It's fine, we got this. We're a team. But if you don't keep practicing your shots, we won't get far. There you go. We're on our way.